Major updates on several new shopping and dining center developments, dozens of new digital billboards coming to LA streets, and even a high-speed rail line to Las Vegas. All of that and everything else you need to know about what's new and what's happening in Los Angeles for 2024 up next. First up, in some major openings and closures, the Luna amusement park that was purchased by Drake recently reopened in December. It was the world's first art amusement park when it originally opened 36 years ago in 1987 in Hamburg, Germany. Now you can visit it right here at its new LA location by the Downtown Arts District in Boyle Heights and enjoy the artsy rides and attractions. On the other hand, the famous Cinerama Dome's reopening date in Hollywood has been pushed back to at least 2025. Closed since the pandemic, plans for its reopening continue to suffer from setbacks, even as other notable theaters such as the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood and Vista Theater in Los Feliz have returned to business in recent months. In West Hollywood, yet another cannabis lounge, Private Reserve, will be opening in February. If you've seen my West Hollywood travel guide already, then you know I consider the Pleasure Med restaurants and lounge to be another great option. Private Reserve will be the 5th such cannabis lounge in West Hollywood, which is allowing a maximum of 6 to be opened. The partners behind it seek to set it apart through an unparalleled diversity of selections, while also hoping to be a hotspot for live music. There's a few more unfortunate closures around LA left to share, with the Ace Hotel in downtown LA, a longtime favorite for its rooftop pool and bar's stunning views of the downtown skyline, has stunned many with its announcement that it'll be closing on January 31st this year, with the building owners opting to switch to a tech-driven, rooms-only sort of operation. As one of the best nightlife spots in downtown, it will certainly be missed. Looking north, the Federal in North Hollywood is also closing as of New Year's Day. The NoHo Arts District as a whole has continued to struggle since the pandemic, which is unfortunate for an area with so much potential and, personally, one of my favorite parts of LA. The cost of maintaining the lease was cited as simply being too expensive for too little business. The bakery Sweet Lady Jane, a longtime favorite to many in LA and with several locations, also suddenly closed following New Year's Eve, coming with minimal prior notice from the owners, who cited sales in California not being enough to counter rising costs of operation. This isn't the only notable bakery closure, however, as Milk Jar, with locations on Wilshire in Mid-City and Encino in the Valley, will be clearing out their last remaining goods from January 5th to the 15th, before closing down. APB Melrose appears to have closed as of the new year as well. This was a great plant-based bar with creative vegan cocktails and vegan sushi. I'm really sad to see it go. Fortunately, it's not all doom and gloom. There's a few great new spots to check out in 2024. Little Fish is another successful and very popular LA pop-up and frequent vendor at Smorgasburg that has now found a permanent location in Echo Park. Little Fish, as you may have guessed from the name, specializes in seafood dishes for breakfast and lunch. For dessert, Kanom One in Thai Town is now open on Hollywood Boulevard and serving up their reinterpretations of traditional Thai desserts in the form of Italian gelatos and shaved ice. And over in Santa Monica, a Bay Area transplant is opening up and creating a hot new brunch spot with Sweet Maple, one of my favorite restaurants up in San Francisco. Sweet Maple is known for their Asian-inspired brunch dishes, their signature Millionaire's Bacon, and of course, a variety of colorful mimosa flavors. Over in downtown Pasadena, CaliExpress by Flippy claims to be the world's first fully automated restaurant. The Wagyu beef burgers are made by robots. A grill robot grinds up the beef after you place an order to make sure it's tender and delicious. And Flippy the fry flippin' robot prepares crispy hot fries. The new concept will be opening during the second week of January 2024. Now a spot that's reopening, the iconic Vespertine restaurant, which racked up 2 Michelin stars before closing back in 2020. According to their Instagram, they're currently hiring new staff and expect an opening date sometime in early 2024. Looking into the latest on some major development projects around LA, the $2 billion Century Plaza luxury complex development in Century City, which will be comprised of over 100,000 square feet of shopping, dining, entertainment, and 2 residential towers, has now announced 3 world-renowned dining concepts, in other words, restaurants with a big name, that will be a part of the complex. They include Estiatorio Milos, which is primarily Greek-inspired and has a location at the Venetian Las Vegas. The Asian-inspired Q, also with a location in Vegas at the recently opened Fontainebleau. And Sushi Nos from New York City. They are expected to open sometime in late 2024. LA was also recently ranked on a list of the most fun cities in America. Can you guess what number it placed as? Leave your guess in the comments below and I'll share its placement later in the video. Bonus points if you can also correctly guess how Las Vegas fared on the list. Back to the latest updates. There's thankfully some good news for North Hollywood. The District NoHo mixed-use development has officially been approved, hopefully bringing some much-needed investment to the area in the form of 1,400 residential units alongside office, retail, and restaurant space right by the North Hollywood Metro Station. It's part of the City of LA's efforts to create residential and commercial mixed-use hubs around their Metro line stations. Also approved by the city for 2024. Dozens of new digital billboards that will be going up on land that is owned by Metro, including by Union Station in downtown LA, where it will be facing the 101 freeway. Over on the west side, the now closed West Side Pavilion Shopping Mall, infamous for its appearance in films such as Clueless, will now be converted into a UCLA biomedical research center dedicated to tackling challenges like curing cancer and preventing pandemics. A few notable events and activities going on around Los Angeles at the start of the new year include the Canoga Park Block Party on January 13th. It's an outdoor night market in the valley showcasing local small businesses, artisans, music, food, and entertainment. Celebrate the Lunar New Year at the Asian American Expo in Pomona, January 13 to 14, with 8 performance stages, multiple food courts, and celebrations of everything from sneakers to anime. Also on January 14th is Smorgasburg's grand reopening following its holiday season break. A weekly event every Sunday at the ROW DTLA in the Arts District, Smorgasburg has over 70 food and shopping vendors, including over a dozen new ones for 2024. The Oddities and Curiosities Expo from January 20 to 21st at the LA Convention Center will be exploring all things weird, from taxidermy, creepy specimens, horror-inspired pieces, and more. Pasadena Cheeseburger Week of the 21st to 27th is an annual event celebrating its claim to being the birthplace of the cheeseburger in 1924, with dozens of Pasadena restaurants offering burger deals and special creations. Also in Pasadena is the Yoga Expo at the Pasadena Convention Center from January 19 to 20, featuring educators and experts from all over the world. In downtown, the LA Intersections at the Broad on January 27th is a ticketed evening event that will feature experience stages on 2 floors of the museum for live music, readings, and movement artists. Squid Game The Trials experience, which I previously shared in the December updates, remains available to try out until January 31st. Looking past January, the next LA Beer Fest is being held April 6th, featuring over 80 breweries, 200 beers, 15 local LA food trucks, and live bands performing. You'll also need a way of getting to all these events, and there's plenty going on this year when it comes to transportation changes, including alternating lane closures on the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu that began in December and is expected to take a full year to complete. So get ready for some delays throughout 2024 as they work to make the highway safer through the creation of a smart corridor with synchronized traffic signals, new cameras, signal poles, and electronic message boards as a few of the improvements being implemented. Some good news in Orange County: the express lanes on the 405 freeway have finally been completed after what felt like never-ending construction, to me at least, and are now open to drive on. If visiting the Arts District in downtown LA, however, you may find yourself being met with new parking fees. A pilot program is turning most of the area's previously free street parking into metered spaces between 1st and 4th Streets and on Santa Fe and Alameda Avenues. The area has risen greatly in popularity over the last decade, with very popular trendy restaurants and bars opening up all over. I personally love the Arts District neighborhood, so let me know if you'd want to see a tour of the best that it has to offer in the future from me. And while you're at it, go ahead and give that like button a tap. It really does help with getting this video out to more people. Thanks so much. In other news, the Dodger Stadium gondola project was given a projected cost of $500 million from an environmental report. Development of the project, which would connect downtown to Dodger Stadium, continues to inch forward, and work could begin in 2024 if approved. A high-speed rail line connecting Los Angeles to Las Vegas also has new hope of achieving its targeted opening date in 2028, with a $3 billion federal grant being awarded to the project. When completed, Brightline would operate trains at 200 miles per hour between Vegas and Rancho Cucamonga, with the ride being just over 2 hours long. MetroLink would then connect riders to Union Station in downtown LA. This is an exciting prospect for many Los Angeles residents, myself included, who often make the drive on I-15 to Vegas for visits. Speaking of Vegas, it ranked first on that list of the most fun cities in America. As for Los Angeles, it was a bit further down at 20 on the list, with issues like traffic probably not doing much to help its case. How close was your guess? There's also big names coming to perform in the Los Angeles area in 2024, a few notable ones being Madonna at the Kia Forum in Inglewood March 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 11th, the Rolling Stones at SoFi Stadium July 10 and 13, Green Day also hitting up SoFi later in the year on September 14th, and Pink performing her Summer Carnival Tour at Dodger Stadium on September 15th. Taking a quick look down in Orange County, downtown Disney will be getting a Din Tai Fung in 2024, and the Disneyland park itself will be celebrating Seasons of the Force April 5th to June 2nd, with evening fireworks displays in the Galaxy's Edge part of the park and Space Mountain briefly being renamed Hyperspace Mountain. Anyways, there's everything you should know about as we enter 2024 here in Los Angeles. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know. What changes are you hoping to see in LA for 2024? And if the always vibrant and changing landscape of West Hollywood is a part of LA you'd be interested in seeing more about, you may want to head over to my 2024 West Hollywood travel guide video next. I'll see you there. Bye!